this somehow just comes out looking like a win for Democrats now. Bad for the Republicans.
It looks really bad for the Republicans, but we saw what Kevin McCarthy tweeted on his social media yesterday. He said, bring it on. So there's going to be a fight today on the House floor, and I just hope that he succeeds. So at the point of working together and working across the aisle, it's certainly important. We need to demonstrate that government can coexist, that we can come together and pass laws on behalf of the American people. We have no ability to move Congress and appropriations bills forward if there comes a halt in the speakership, because that would be the main focus. And so I'm interested, as everyone here, to see what happens today. And I don't think the votes are in Matt Gaetz's favor. He doesn't have the majority, and he would be seen as the one that's crippling the Republican Party.
But all he needs is 5, right?
Yes. I think he has more than that.
He has more than that, so he has it.
But he has to work with the Democrats.
Yes. Well, that's true with the Democrats too. That's true, Lydia. You know, we just think. I think more broadly in terms of the American people, and Americans are losing more and more faith in the government overall, in our political system overall, no matter who you're voting for. It just seems that this is a reflection on the sad state of affairs of our political system in this country.
I have to bring this back to Trump. When you see what's going on with President Trump, you know, here in New York City, we know a lot about real estate. Even if you're not into it, even if you haven't bought properties, the bank is the boss, right? The bank decides how much a property is valued. Can you imagine what kind of world do we live in, that just because you don't like someone, that you could run on an agenda, on a campaign promise to get someone? That's what Tish James did, the Attorney General, and just go through a fine-tooth comb and try to find a crime that somebody committed. When she could have just sued the banks. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt only because right now the House is voting on a motion to table. So this, if this passes, they will push the speaker vote off, the ouster vote for McCarthy, to a later time. If it doesn't pass, they will continue with the voting today. Let's check in. Okay, so we don't have the audio, but we're going to keep an eye on it right here so we can keep talking. Lydia, sorry to cut you off there.
Don't worry.
But again, the motion to table is happening, and again, tabling a bill is really takes it out of consideration until a later time, and a majority is necessary to table a bill, and a majority is necessary to remove the bill from a table. Again, a lot of that, you know, insider baseball, but again, lots of numbers at stake. Who's voting and what they're voting for.
Scherie, I want to ask you here, what was Kevin McCarthy supposed to do, though, when it came to this stopgap bill? You know, the government, if he gets shut down, it goes on him. If it doesn't, now he's facing this vote here. It kind of seems like this was premeditated on the part of Matt Gaetz, that he kind of had him in a bind. What do you think?
I support what you just said, Bob. It is a fool's errand what Matt Gaetz is doing, and how he is embarrassing the Republican Party on behalf of trying to oust Speaker McCarthy. I think Speaker McCarthy had no choice. He didn't want to shut down the government. That would be more embarrassing, right? We have the majority. You can't blame anyone but the majority right now if things go bad or things don't work in Congress. So we needed to keep the government funded. We needed to keep our troops funded. We needed to keep all of our workers funded, and that's the point of working together and what Speaker McCarthy did. I think it's a win for him in moving the Congress along.
Certainly seems that way. Great discussion, ladies here. Appreciate it so much. We're going to take a quick break. Lidia Curanaj, Scherie Murray, thank you so much.